Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the MGTOW Academy Show Live. It is Saturday, May 4th, 2019. May the 4th be with you. Why the hell did I say? I'm not even a Star Wars fan. I said that. So many people have told me that today, and I appreciate the kind gesture, but holy crap, I am not a Star Wars fan. I have nothing against it, but I'm not a Star Wars fan, but whatever. People have been saying it all day. So, yeah, May the 4th be with you for all of those Star Wars geeks and fanatics out there who really like the series. So, hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend. Mine was all right. Looks like we already have some people in the live chat. Let's say hello to Bowjufication and Sit Houndit Sith. Hello, all. Hope you're all doing well. We have some interesting topics to cover tonight. We're covering this case of a teacher accused of first-degree rape of a 10-year-old boy. If I recall the information correctly, we have another look at so-called toxic masculinity. We're going to be taking a look at a story pointed out to me by at Tony and L. That's their Twitter handle on Twitter. Talking about the U.S. Constitution and gender, because that was apparently a big thing recently. Open, blatant sexism against men in the courtroom. I kid you not. It's just so sad how this is so straightforward and open. We'll be discussing that and some more articles tonight. If anyone has any issues, any matters they would like for me to discuss, be it live through the Big Town Stories thing or whatever, be it public, private, personal, I don't care. Just if you want me to cover it, get my thoughts on it, send it to me at Twitter. My Twitter handle is at all caps MGTOW, followed by Academy. The first name Academy is capitalized. Or drop me an email at mgtowacademy.media@gmail.com. My Twitter handle and email address is on the screen in the thumbnail, which will be uploaded later on, and in the description box below. Hello to AZB. Thank you for stopping by, my good friend. Now, we're not going to waste any more time. I'm done with my intro talking, and we'll go right to covering these articles, excuse me. So this is the teacher who was accused of raping that 10-year-old student that I was telling you guys about just moments ago. And yeah, just like my good friend Bowtrification said in the live chat, it's getting more and more crazy every day. Yes, it is getting more and more crazy every day. The world is definitely getting more and more crazy. If you guys give me a second, I need to do an audio check real quick. Let me see. Awesome. I'm gonna make sure that audio is working. Let me go ahead and fix my headphones too. I have my setup right now. It's a little bit weird. I'm hoping to change in the future, but I have all these wires and it's a little bit inconvenient. Let me go ahead and fix that. All right, that's better. That's more like it. So let's go ahead and read this. Lake Charles Charter Academy teacher accused of raping 10-year-old student. A Lake Charles Charter Academy teacher has been arrested after allegations were lodged against her for sexual misconduct with a student, according to Kim Myers. Let's not read that. Let's see. Dieter R. Smith, 34, of Sulphur, was arrested for allegedly having an inappropriate relationship with one of her 10-year-old students. According to Myers, the investigation began on Tuesday, April 30th, when the sheriff's office received a complaint from an administrator at the academy. Detectives learned that Smith had been having inappropriate contact with the boy since the end of 2018. According to Myers, detectives also learned that Smith allegedly had sexual intercourse with the victim. Smith was arrested and is facing charges of first-degree rape and felony indecent behavior with a juvenile. She bonded out on $50,000 bond set by Judge Robert Wyatt. The investigation is ongoing. Additional charges are possible. Let's see. What's this thing here? And here is the statement issued by the Academy. An allegation of staff misconduct was received by LCCA. We take any allegations of staff misconduct very seriously. The allegation is being investigated. The allegation has not been verified to be true. If verified, that teacher will be subject to termination. The safety and security of our students and staff are our top priority. This is an isolated off-campus incident involving only one student. And that's about it for that article. Oh, hey, it's PGP, my good friend PGP. How are you, my good friend? Hello, PGP. If you guys ever hear me pausing for a while, you know that I'm typing something up in the live chat. Okay, because I usually have my left hand, typing something or whatever, and then people are popping up in the live chat, right? And I'm just like typing, hello, so-and-so. It's so funny. I wish you guys, without doxing myself, I wish you guys could see my setup right now. It's a little bit weird, but having to type with one finger, trying to search with one finger, it's really weird. Hey, Traversable, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. Badgification said in the live chat, she's going to get away with the slap on the wrist with pay. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Sadly, that seems to be the case. People have this widespread perception, this widely held perception that women are incapable of harming children, but that is the case. I do have to admit, though, that I'm really shocked. Can I be honest with you guys? I'm kind of shocked, really shocked, that they use the word rape. Usually, when you have these cases of a female teacher assaulting a male student, usually you'll see something like, "Oh, it's sexual misconduct" or something along the lines of that. But here, we actually have the R word in the title. Like, I am surprised. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that's just like, wow. That's one of the key reasons that I chose this specific website. Of course, there's multiple websites covering that, but that just kind of blew me away. So, guys, share your thoughts with me on this in the live chat. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to our. Let me see if my computer is gonna work with me tonight. I've heard that Google Chrome can be a bit of a headache when you have multiple tabs open, but we'll see how this thing works out. Let's see. Which one was this about? This was. Oh, yeah, this is the false report. I wanted to cover this. The next article we're going over is from. How do I close out of this? It's from heraldonline.com. And it's going over this woman who was charged with falsely accusing or falsely filing a rape report. So you can see here the article is titled "York County Woman Who Told Police She Was Raped Charged with Filing False Report." And that's her right there. So let's go ahead and read what exactly is going on. Okay, so let's see. This Lake Wiley woman was arrested Tuesday on a felony charge. Police, she had been raped in March. Alicia Mary Volpe, 27, was charged with a felony arrest, and jail records show. York County Sheriff's Office Detective Amy Smith spent several weeks investigating Volpe's claim. He told police a man had put some kind of drug in her drink, according to the police report. So this is the key thing right here. Looky here. Volpe later admitted to police during the investigation that her initial report of forced sex had been, say it with me now, guys. Here's the thing. So, surprisingly, some people confuse, regret with rape or something like that. You ever hear that saying, regret is not equal to rape? I mean, it's a crazy saying. It makes you seem insane. It's something that you would expect, like, what's the stereotype now? A virgin and sell neckbeard. whatever the popular stereotype is nowadays. On reading about what's going on here. So this suspect followed a police report about an act that did not occur. This was a serious accusation that we investigated fully, and it turned out to be a false report. State law shows that knowingly falsely reporting a felony crime is a felony itself. A conviction for felony filing of a false police report carries up to 5 years in prison, with the potential of having to pay back restitution back to law enforcement for investigation causes. Volpe was released from York County Jail early Wednesday after posting a $1,000 bond. So she was released from jail. This false accuser was released from jail. Wow, how about that? I'm just saying, though, imagine if she actually did carry out like an actual accusation and someone was harmless, because we've seen cases before where men have been arrested and all type of stuff, and then maybe say it's an arrest from the 90s or the 80s, right? And then now the DNA testing is more advanced and all type of stuff. They've actually been proven innocent. And then after they're let out of jail, maybe they don't even get any money paid back to them for all the years they've spent, all the years they've lost rotting in jail. So I'm glad that she was caught, that it was caught that she was lying. I'm glad that happened, but she was released. Man, I don't know how you feel about that type of stuff. I mean, these type of people running around in society and knowing what they can do. I mean, look, this is not like this is no light, easy subject. I mean, this is rape we're talking about, and the consequences it can have on someone who is accused of that is very, very serious. So, guys, share your thoughts with me on that specific case in the live chat. So we can talk about that, or you can share them with me via Twitter or via email. But we're going to go over this next story that I find it's like I'm not going to say I'm surprised, because honestly, after seeing I've seen a couple of things at this point. Nah, this is not surprising. It's just sad. You know what I mean? I'm kind of at the point where I see stuff like this. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even surprised. You know what I mean? It's like it's just like, you know what? I'm not even surprised anymore. I like I'm not. It's nothing new, right? It's still just sad. Still just sad. So Bowjuification said if it was a guy, he would be dragged through the mud. And Bowjuification is that nowadays it is guilty until proven innocent. You might hear a couple of people saying stuff like that, and unfortunately, it's true. When someone accuses you of something, a lot of the times, more often than not, it will be that you are assumed to be guilty. You're most likely assumed to be guilty instead of innocent. So that's the unfortunate reality of the way that things are. But yeah, you're absolutely right. In certain situations, you just have to, flip the genders. If it's a girl, make it a guy, and all type of stuff. And you'll see that double standards, misandry, it's a lot more prevalent than you would think. This article here I'm covering is from Birmingham Live or birminghammail.co.uk. Read this. Judge tells banned drunk driver. I think that's a typo. Drunk driver. Victoria Perry smashed into 3 cars and had to be pulled from her burning Fiat. Okay. So in the description, I talked about open, blatant sexism against men in the courtroom. Well, ta-da! Give me some. Man, my computer is so crappy that I can't even make sound effects. I've tried to do explicit broadcast, or I've done, like, with inner quotations, trial streams or whatever you want to call it, where I would run unlisted streams. That basically means that people who are subscribed can't see it unless they have the link, right? So I would run streams, but my computer has the capability of a baked potato. It can't do that. But if I had special effects, ta-da! Ooh, here it is. Here's all that openly blatant sexism against men in the courtroom that I was talking about earlier. Here it is. So let's cover this. It's sad, but it's reality. So let's read this. All right. So a judge told a banned drunk driver who smashed into 3 other vehicles that she would have been jailed if she were a man. Judge Sarah Buckingham said alcoholic Victoria Perry would have been straight down the stairs to prison had her sex been different. The 30-year-old, this is even worse. Wow. Yeah. Exactly. Like Prune Juice Power just said in live chat. That article title. No even hiding the discrimination. You know what I mean? I feel like journalists, I feel like they know. Oh my God, my voice just cracked. Sometimes my voice cracks. I'm sorry. But I feel as if the journalists who write this stuff, I feel like they know. They're aware of all this sexist stuff because they report it, obviously. So at some point they must have, been aware of the patterns in legal proceedings, right? So at some point they must have noticed it, right? And now they're just like, you know what? We might as well just put it out there the way it is. It's sad, but that's just the way things are. And like PGP, Produce Power, just said in the live chat, they're not even hiding it. They're just like, you know what? It is what it is. Here it is. All right. It's sad, but that's the way things are. But like I said, if you thought the title was bad, read this. The 30-year-old who already had not 1, but 2 previous convictions for drunk driving was dragged from her Fiat Stilo after the car caught fire following the pileup on A46 last May. And there is our wonderful driver right there. Oh my God. Let's read this. Tests have shown that she was almost 3 times over the drink drive limit, while Warwick Crown Court heard she had been drinking up to 2 bottles of wine a day. So, got an alcoholic in the driver's seat. And not just that, it was let me read this again. Not one, but two two previous convictions. I feel like Count Dracula on Sesame Street. Not one, but two previous convictions for drunk driving. Wow, how about that? So Barry left with a considerable drinking problem after a 15-year abusive relationship. Had also been banned from driving for 3 years in July of 2015 for her second excess alcohol offense. But after the calling the case shocking, the judge delayed the sentencing Perry for 3 months after she admitted a charge of dangerous driving. Yeah, that's right. Three times over the limit is blackout drunk for a regular person, just like Bruce Power said. But I believe the article just mentioned that she had, oh, yep, says it right here, has a considerable drinking problem. By the way, if anyone here watching this knows why they say drink or whatever it is in the UK, I don't know. In the United States, we just say drinking problem. Here they say drink problem, and then they say drink driving. We call it drunk driving. I'm not sure why they. I'm not sure if it's a typo or if it's like a UK England thing. If someone knows why, fill me in on that. But that's a little bit weird to me. But okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, and this is the thing I was telling you about, the open, blatant sexism. And the judge said, if Miss Perry was a man, there is no question it would have been straight down the stairs, because this is a shocking case of dangerous driving against the background of not one, but two previous convictions for excess alcohol. Yeah. You would think she had a drinking problem. You would think she would have a drinking problem. But there's the open, blatant sexism. Ladies and gentlemen, for a long time, people have been assuming, they've been saying that, all of those men's rights activists, they're just virgin incel neckbeard losers, and all that sexism they're talking about in the courts. It's all made up in their heads. It's all fake. They're just using it to justify their misogyny and their hate for women. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have proof for you right here. Right here. And this is not something I'm making up. This is something that's coming from Birmingham Live. And what is being reported to you by Birmingham Live is actually from the mouth of the judge herself, saying that if the driver was a man, there's no doubt that the driver would have gone straight down the stairs, which means to prison, despite the driver having two previous convictions for excess alcohol. So, for the courts that I'm talking about is like made up. There is the proof right there from the mouth of the judge herself. I'm not making this up. I'm just saying. I don't make this stuff up. And like Ballot Education said, that is bullshit on a stick. Indeed. Hello, is it pronounced Daria Morgendorfer? I'm not sure if I said that right, but hello, Daria Morgendorfer. Welcome to the MGTOW Academy Show Live. I hope you're doing well. Right now, Daria, since you just joined, we're talking about this open, blatant sexism in the courtroom. This drunk driver with two previous convictions would have are the oppressive ones in society, right? That people say that men are the oppressive ones in society. So yeah, I guess they're right. But read this. This offense was committed in May 2018, and she has not been in trouble since. She has clearly got an alcohol problem. She is, whether she admits it or non-alcoholic. The crash happened around 6:50 p.m. on May 23rd, after Perry overtook in the middle of the road in the face all on the 846 Stratford bypass. Now, look, I'm not a judge. I've never been a lawyer, have any experience with this stuff, but I think it would be safe to say that this person clearly isn't really working hard on fixing their drinking issues, and this repeated offense type of stuff, like they're repeatedly doing this. I would mark them as a threat to road safety. She smashed into a van, a Vauxhall Insignia, and rode off a BMW. And then it plunged out an embankment and burst into flames in Woodland. All right. And then this dude is an off-duty police officer, rushed to help. Said that she had a drunk bottle of wine and shouldn't be driving. All right. Well, she shouldn't be driving, but you know, the court allowed her to, despite this stuff happening like what, 2 previous times, right? Yeah, Daria Morgendorfer says women tend to be more crazier than men in my experience. I can relate to you on that. For our digital introduction technology, I'm sorry, digital information technology class, we work on different things that are like computer related, business related, and we were working on Microsoft Excel stuff. Ryan, I'm not sure. He sits next to me in class. I'm not sure if Ryan's watching this, but Ryan, you know what I'm talking about. We were working on that Excel project or whatever it was. We were working on a Microsoft Excel project. We had to like do different things for like cars, like what cars we want to buy, for this project. And we were going over things like gas prices, maintenance prices, all the type of stuff, repair prices. Insurance was one of them. And of course, the insurance rate for guys is actually higher because apparently guys are riskier drivers, which is true. Right, that's true. We do take more risks, but we were talking about how we were joking around about how that's sexist. But from personal experience, I see that usually like my the guys that I know, they seem to be a bit more calm, but maybe that's just my little bubble. I don't know. But from my personal experience, I see that the guys are a bit more calm and collected when it comes to driving. But hey, that's just my thoughts. Just sharing my thoughts with you guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Bojification said in the live chat, if that was me, I would have been under the jail. She needs the breathalyzer to start a car. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Considering she's had a big drinking problem. Yeah, you're probably right. Wow. Let's see this. Okay. Oh, okay. So Tim Satwell, prosecutor, appears resident to a breath test at the police station. There is only just 3 times on the legal limit, under 3 times the legal limit. Wow, 3 times the legal limit. You are right. She does need a breathalyzer to start the car. 3 times over the legal limit, guys. This case, should I say? Share it with me in the live chat. We can discuss it a little bit more. But I mean, guys, this is it. Open, blatant sexism in the courtroom, right? Like, I don't make this stuff up. Whatever. We're gonna go over this article now. This is more of a. It's more of a. Now it's one of those things like where I give my criticism. If you guys want to tear it apart with me, feel free to do so. Okay, now this one is from the Heights, or whatever it is. Tyrannosaur King, welcome to the MGTOW Academy show live. Thank you for stopping by. Tyrannosaur King says women nowadays get crazier once they hit the wall and their looks are catcher's man or nothing. Catcher's man. You gotta love that word, catcher's man. Yeah, you are right. You're all right. After they hit that wall, their personality goes right down the hatch with their looks. You're right. Traversable said she could probably start the car with her breath too. Oh my god, I wonder what her teeth look like. That drinking, all that drinking, it's got to do something to your teeth. You know what I mean? Yeah, men drive more overall. They get more for men to pay for the accidents than women. At least my thinking. True. And talking about that just a little bit more. People. Yes, it is true that men are more risky. They partake in more riskier things than women. That is absolutely true. It is true that women are. Yeah, trapped in though. But yes, it's true that men are we take more risks, right? So apparently that is some people say, oh, that's rock solid proof that men are horrible, right? I don't know about that. I would argue otherwise. You see, being a risk taker isn't necessarily a negative thing, right? Because when you take risks, right, you have a greater chance at reaching, great things. Like if guys, excuse me. I need to drink water, but guys, right? We tend to take more risks, right? And when we take more risks, we can, do greater things, right? So let's say there's a girl and there's a guy, okay? And the girl, she doesn't like taking risks. So let's say there's a business opportunity. It might work, might not work, and she doesn't know. She doesn't want to take it. Okay, so so she doesn't take it, right? But the guy has the same circumstances, right? The business venture might not work out. We don't know, but because the guy's a risk taker, he takes that risks, and let's say it works out. Cool, it works out, right? Like I said, being a risk taker isn't a bad thing. All the famous people in history, like the Wright brothers, right? They took a huge risk when they built those planes and flew them. Like they flew on those planes. They took those risks and they invented a flying airplane, right? So that's the whole idea I'm trying to get at with the whole risk taking thing, right? Just because we are risk takers doesn't always mean it's bad. Yes, it's bad if it's like unbelievably stupid and could kill you, but at the same time, you gotta take risks. Otherwise, you won't change anything, right? Uh, right. Like Prune Juice Power said in the live chat, you can't build, for example, a small business without accepting risks. And yes, yeah, yep, guys, risk rejection too. That's absolutely correct. I will admit though, I've taken some risks before that I would have that I like. It's one of those decisions that I'm like, you know what, I don't like. I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, that spirit inside of me is what prompted me to do many great things. You know what I mean? Yeah, calculated risks. It's a need in life. Yeah, you need to calculate that stuff. But we're going to go ahead and move on from calculating risk. We're going to come back to that later. We're going to talk about this article here from the Heights, BCHeights.com. This article here, it's an opinion type of thing, says that there is no non-toxic masculinity. Okay, well, let's go ahead and read this article. Okay, so when I agreed to take this column, I didn't realize how conflicted I would feel while actually sitting down and writing it. I was also surprised at how much worrying I've done over the past few days about insulting or upsetting those who identify as men. Well, I identify as a man. Am I going to be offended? We will find out. But then again, it's not as though my words or opinions are final, and if at any point below you as a reader feel compelled to disagree with me, please do not hesitate to do so. More importantly, if you feel as though I have insulted you, maybe think about why. And if you come up with something more legitimate than you sound like a man-hating gargoyle, then go ahead and write a letter to the editor to prove that I'm wrong. I'm just another student trying to figure things out. I can always be convinced to change my mind. Okay, so the question I've been mulling over this week is that toxic masculinity, what masculinity in general means to me. Ultimately, I've come to the conclusion that all masculinity is toxic, and since it's also largely constructed, we should work towards discarding the term. Okay, well, that took a term. Yeah. Yeah, potential risk and apparent or actual risk are not the same. That's true. That's a good way to put it, BGP. I was thinking that, but I couldn't put it into words, so you said it just perfectly. Uh bad. We're all man babies. Bachelorification. We're all man babies. Oh, Tyrannosaur King. Toxic masculinity. Why aren't they condemning toxic femininity? Come on. You criticize men, but you don't criticize women? Fucking ridiculous. Masculinity being toxic bullshit. Yep, that's true. Think about it this way: you can't credit. I think there's a quote that's by it was Voltaire. Voltaire, no. Voltaire said to find out who rules over you, simply find who you are not allowed to criticize, which is true. Who are you not allowed to criticize? Why don't you guys come up with an answer to that? All right, then you'll see who's in control, right? Yeah, I've risk rejection before. Yeah, that's true. You got risk rejection, otherwise you won't succeed. But yeah, so far we're at the point in this article where, excuse me, the author says that they come to the conclusion that all masculinity is toxic, and since it's also largely constructed, we should work towards discarding the term. All right, I see largely constructed because to me there's an innate desire in many among us to express ourselves in one way or another. Saying that gender is a total and absolute construction with no connection to the body, something I'd be less comfortable with throughout the year. Okay, I honestly, this whole gender thing, it's just a foreign thing. Like, I don't even know how to criticize this. I don't even know how to respond to this because this thinking here is something I do not understand at all. If anyone here wants to say something, I do not get it. You guys can, but I don't exactly get it. You know what I mean? This whole gender thing. I do not understand it. But okay, maybe that's on me. I don't know. But this whole thing about gender and it being a construct, I don't understand that. You know what I mean? As a guy going his own way, how you guys want to call it, I don't really worry about societal constructs to begin with. So maybe that's where it's coming from. But yeah, I don't relate to this, if that word makes sense. But yeah. All masculinity is toxic. Wrong. Majority of femininity is toxic bullshit. Right. Yeah, and then Boundarification said the women nowadays are more masculine than men. They've had so much cock that their genes are changing. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could be. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. You could be right on that. You know, I'm trying to get on to doing longer like no fap and semen retention streaks, and I have seen some discussion recently on the semen retention board, the forums, about there being like less masculinity in society and all that type of stuff. So yeah, this is being noticed across it's being noticed in a couple places. Right. Chimer, I love being toxic. That Chimera effect. Daria Morgendorfer, I'm not familiar with the Chimera effect. If you could elaborate on that, please, I'd be able to share. But I don't know what the Chimera effect is. I'm probably I would happily open up another window and Google it, but my computer has the operational capability of a baked potato, and if I feel like if I change tabs, it's going to screw something up. So if you could elaborate on that, please, I would appreciate that, Daria. But oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. As Tyrannosaur King said, women ride the cock carousel in their prime years when they should find a spouse at the time of 20s. Instead, they hit the wall as their luck lose their glow and are worth nothing now. Yep, that is true. In fact, even though I'm only, my teen years, I do have a very good story to share with you guys. I did have a girl. You know what? After I cover this story right here, after this article, I'm going to, if you guys want to stick with me long enough, I'll go ahead and cover that real quickly, and I'll turn stories episode 12 is what I'm planning to do. Uh, Basically, your god is moral in and of itself is constructed as a zero-sum game where the winner is momentarily safe from harm until another more masculine and hegemonic player individual preys on him, and the loser is effeminized. This is the idea that masculinity, whether hegemonic or not, must prey on the weaker in order to exist. Think of your stereotypical high school flick. The football jocks look down on the lacrosse bros. The lacrosse bros sneer at the theater male leads. The male leads make fun of the videography club members. And that club laughs at the chess club that excludes gay and transgender students. None of them feel masculine enough because ultimately no one is devoid of love, compassion, and desire for compromise. And this is absolute bullshit. And you know why? Because one, it's absolute bullshit. And two, I'm actually in high school right now and I can confirm from personal experience this is absolute bullshit. Let me tell you guys why. Look, I'm in high school right now. I'm doing my freshman year. This is not true at all. Yes, there are guys, excuse me, there are guys who are like that. It's true. But what? This is not what masculinity is. Not in my definition, not in a lot of people's definition. Let me tell you guys why. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, let me tell you guys why. Listen, whenever someone says the word masculine, when I imagine someone masculine, I imagine someone who's, to me, I imagine someone who is strong, but also someone who has good character, someone who's a leader, someone who listens to other people. Okay, all this stuff in here, looking down at other people, excluding different types of people, making fun of other type of people, like this article is painting masculinity to be. That is just being me. That's just being a douchebag. That's just being an a-hole, an asshole. That's what it is. This is not what masculinity is. All right, this is not what it is. To me, someone who's masculine is someone who is strong physically, strong mentally, someone who is a leader, and someone who lifts himself up by not pushing others down, but rather lifting other people up. And speaking of football jocks, there's a guy in my science class. He sits right next to me. He's a really strong dude. He really is. But he is one of the most kind, compassionate guys I have ever met. And here how it's talking about how no one is devoid of love, compassion, desire for compromise. This guy is loving. He has compassion for others, and he has the desire to compromise. He is a leader because he's also, he's a football player. They teach you that type of stuff, right? This is absolute bull crap. Take it from someone who is just about to finish their 9th grade year of high school. This is absolute bullcrap. Yes, there are people who are like that, true, but this is not masculinity. This is being a douchebag, pushing other people down, making fun of people, excluding other people. That's just being a douchebag. This football jock right here, he's pretty masculine. Yeah, he's pretty masculine, but he's caring. He's loving. He's someone I enjoy being around. He's an awesome guy. This is not masculinity. Pushing other people, like, that's absolute bullcrap. I'm just saying it's absolute bullcrap. It is. It is. Oh, I'm sorry. The live chat has been taken off without me. I'm sorry. I was kind of ranting there because I absolutely hate that stuff. I hate this portrayal of masculinity. I hate it. I really do. Is it because I'm toxically masculine? Who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Who knows? Right? But this is not what masculinity is. This definition of masculinity right here is way, 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 way off point. Way off point. But I need to go back up a lot. Okay, so Darren Morgendorfer said, change from within. Women retain 50% of the genes from the semen taken within the body. At least that's what I remember. Yes, that may be true. Yeah, okay. I see where you're coming from. You're right. Tyrannosaur King, quoting King Riches, and a lot of the time they've been banging guys raw. You know, bad boys and stuff like that who aren't good people. They've had their DNA imprint in these women. All right, yeah. Well, yep, I see what you mean. And then Tyrannosaur King replying to Daria Borgendorfer, it's because women of today sleep around and inherit the negative aspects of each bad boy. You sleep around until they become bitter, stubborn, and entitled. What guy wants that? Well, I'll tell you what. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. Me eating a big steak and having a beer. Masculine baby watching porn. yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. But let's keep on reading about this article, guys, that paints masculinity as this horrible, toxic thing where you have to push other people down. Because that's what masculinity is, right? That's what masculinity is. Let's keep on reading this, okay? Actually, you know what? Really quick. In case you guys have been listening to me for the past, say 5 minutes, my throat's really dry. I need to drink water real quick. Give me a second. That's a whole lot better. I have a whole thermos. I have a thermos here full of cold water, so that feels sort of good. Okay, there we go. That's better. So let's keep reading, guys. By that, I mean to say that masculinity can only exist in a power dynamic without the genders, classically femininity. One cannot display feminine behavior and be rewarded by masculinity police at the same moment. This is because constructions of gender are used in order to first differentiate qualities, and then put them in a hierarchy, demanding that one is to be better, stronger, braver, or more desirable than the other. This creation of a power pyramid is in itself a very masculine and toxic act, leaving little to debate about who, at the highest levels of society, ultimately enforces, shapes, and validates gender roles. It is the work of masculine men. This creation, the qualities, that's where I'm at. The qualities that differentiate masculinity from femininity are aggression in contrast with care or pacifism, individualism in contrast with collective action or thought, and refusal to compromise. Mind you, I did not come up with these. Men did. Okay. What? Oh. Hey, Owen. Oh, yeah, I know Owen. Hey, Owen. Don't say my real life name. But yeah, I know. I know. He's in my TV production class. I know Owen. What's up, Owen? We're reading this article about this what is it, from BC Heights, whatever it is, about masculinity being toxic and whatever it is, and I'm offering my criticism as usual. But yeah, that's what we're doing. But as I was saying, where were we? Oh yeah, so this thing here, this is where I disagree. So okay, so this time about yes, freshman club represents. That's right, PGP, freshman club represent. But that football player in my science class is just next to me. Like I said, in my opinion, I think that he's one of the most masculine dudes that I've ever met. right? You know what I mean? But is he aggressive on the football field? Yeah. But as a person, no. He's one of the most caring guys I've ever known. Aggressive? No, no, no. Like this, like I feel like whoever wrote this, that their portrayal, that their perception of masculinity is incorrect. Individualism, in contrast with the collective action of thought, uh, that's actually not all. Follow your own path. That's kind of what the whole MGTOW thing emphasizes, that you follow your own path instead of just following the crowd. Someone said, at some point woken up and said, hey, why do we have to follow this specific path in life? Why do we have to do things the way that we're told to do them? And this individualism is what causes change. Okay, if we didn't have individualism in society, nothing would change. So individualism is not a bad thing, right? I'm not saying that the author is saying that, but I'm just trying to clarify. And refusal to compromise. Refusal to compromise. Look, all these traits being described here, aggression, refusal to compromise, this is all just like being a douchebag. This has nothing to do with masculinity. I promise. This has nothing to do with masculinity. This is just being a douchebag. Okay, listen. If like there are a couple guys that I know that are aggressive, that refuse to compromise. They're just straight up douchebags. They're not masculine. They're the opposite. They're unconfident with themselves. This has nothing to do with masculinity. They're just straight up douchebag. Refusal to compromise. Like I swear to all the masculine guys that I know, they're leaders. Okay, they're not like people they don't push other people down. They lift other people up. They are leaders. They compromise because you know why? They're leaders. That's why they're masculine. And at the end of this, they said that she did not come with mended. Mended meaning what? You sat down a certain group of guys and you wrote that down. Okay. And let's go ahead and see what's going on in the live chat right now. It's true. None of us want that shit. We don't need your baggage. Friends are pushing that notion. They're fucked up. They don't realize that it's too late. You know what it is? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the times in life, you won't realize that things turn too bad until it's too late. You're right. What do you mean? What do you mean we get our freshman club? No. I do have to admire though how much effort that the upperclassmen have, like the sophomores, the juniors, and the seniors. They will sometimes go out, it's like a little joking, not as like a bullying, but like a little joking. They'll sometimes go out there with seen their entire career, so maybe they're right. LMAO, she's definitely going for the bad boy now. Masculinity is being redefined through MGTOW red pill. That's true. Daria Morgendorfer says, if men on average society that is attempting to achieve harmony, peace, and progress. Harmony. I wish I could have music in this thing. Like I just use Hangouts on air. They don't give me any special any visual effects. They don't give me sound effects. But dude, harmony, peace. Oh boy, I love that. You know what I mean? Gotta give myself some harmony, peace. But yeah, you know what? Yeah. You see, harmony and peace is not always going to be achieved. Okay. I just realized something. You guys want to see some harmony and peace and its connection to femininity? Go take a look at your average high school scenario with girls, because that is femininity. Okay, I'm not trying to say that they're toxic or anything. I don't say that. I'm not saying they're horrible human beings, but I'm just using an example, right? So since apparently, according to this article, femininity is a better model for a society attempting to achieve harmony, peace, and progress, take a look at your local high school clique. I mean, every single one of them, I swear, has the exact opposite of harmony, peace, and progress. Progress isn't even in the question. Peace and harmony, yeah, right. Dude, there was this one girl. she was nice in front of, like, there's these two girls, right? One of them was nice in front of the other one, but like I swear, whenever like they're away from each other and they're not directly in front of that person, they talk so much crap about each other. That is not harmony and that is not peace. There is no harmony and peace with all this, with all these girlfriends, because that is femininity, right? Because that's what femininity is, right? That's, I mean, this is really hypocritical, might I say. Oh yeah. So Tyrannosaur King added, "Oh boy, when society eventually starts going full down the toilet, that thing that makes men and red pill will take their society back. Just saying so, when the timing is right around societal collapse." I like to see how that plays out. That's another theory I haven't heard. I like to see how that plays out. I wonder when society starts to make its final state, because we are already in the stage of collapse. Let's be real here. We're already in a collapse, but we will be at a stage where we're like, okay, yeah, we're at the final stage of collapse. This is it. You know what I mean? So when that does happen, I'd like to see how all the bastard dudes and all that type of stuff, the Red Bull guys. I want to see how they play out in that. That'd be interesting. And then Ballitrification says, "I slept with a girl named Harmony, and she had a nice she had a nice piece." Okay, yeah. All right, there's a harmony. There's a harmony and peace that we're talking about, right? Of course, we all want to achieve harmony and peace, right? So there it is. But let's go ahead and continue reading on about this harmony and peace, right? Let's keep reading on. Some may argue that, for example, providing for one's family or being a protector is a good quality of masculine behavior. I would counter that in masculinity, the role of the breadwinner is not as much about loving one's family as it is about holding the financial power within that family unit. If masculinity cared for putting bread on the table, then men would not be historically so uncomfortable with having their wives work, a trend that we have yet to totally transcend as a society. Okay, so masculine. Okay, so what in the world? Masculine up in a family unit. I don't exactly understand, like, how many drugs, what combinations of drugs was this author on? I don't seem to understand the whole financial power thing. In some cases, that may be the case, but from what I perceived, so I don't know about you guys, but I come from like an Asian-ish type of family where it's like my mom, even though she's educated, she's like a stay-at-home type of mom thing. My dad does the work, even though she does have her master's degree in science stuff. She still is a stay-at-home mom, right? So we have that bit more of a balance thing. Like, my dad's a breadwinner, my mom does the at-home stuff, but it's absolutely not that way in my family, and I'm very certain it's not that way in many other families. Financial power? What? What do you mean financial power? Financial power meaning what? What do you mean financial power? Even though my dad does like lots of work and all that type of stuff, my mom and dad you know what he does? He actually makes decisions with her and sometimes even with the family as a whole. I don't understand this whole perception of masculinity being about control and about power. It's not. And some, people, the whole financial power thing, that's just a bad dad. You have to, like I said, this version of masculinity is not the version of masculinity that many people view it to be. What type of perception is this? She's saying that masculinity is aggressive. It's about not willing to compromise, lack of love. It is the opposite of harmony, peace, and progress. It's about financial power. Where are you coming up with this stuff? How many drugs? Look, I'm a very crazy dude. And that guy, Miami Heat 2020 in the live chat, he knows me personally. Yeah, I'm definitely, I'm a very crazy guy, right? But what? What combination of drugs is this author on? Wow. Like seriously though, I'm just saying, what combination of drugs are you on? Seriously. Yeah, he jumps from money to gender roles real quick. Yeah. Actually, I think it is a she, Bruges Power. It may be a she. Yeah, a lot of drugs. Yeah, definitely on a lot of drugs. Yeah. Tyrannosaur King added that I was stating a point to my sister that decent men would rather be going for a woman that understands when to say sorry and when to be quiet, and also accept that they're wrong. That's humility. Yep. Today's women are like their brains are nothing more than a bag full of cats. It's the game of thing. Okay. All right. All righty. But yeah, let's keep on reading this thing. So let's see here. By arguing that all masculinity is toxic, I do not under any circumstances mean to say that you can't dress in a suit and have a short haircut without being toxic. This jumble of words that I have gifted the heights is not about clothing, burliness, beards, or any other outward form of expression. It's about the internal qualities that we possess as humans. Okay, I do have to give credit for that. Yes, a lot of this stuff is about internal stuff. Yes, that's true. But still, I do not agree with your perspective, your take on masculinity being aggressive and all types of. I do not agree with that. Additionally, I don't believe that people who identify as are doing so. We could actually take guys for transgender individuals as a case. This is talking about like something to do with getting advice from transgender folks. I got nothing against that, but okay, it's a little bit added. It's a little bit weird, but all right, that's fair enough. I'm weird too, so fair enough. Do I think that after discarding masculinity, we should become feminine? No, for one. That in itself is a toxic and restrictive notion, as femininity can be. Yes, femininity can be toxic and restrictive. It also implies that there are only two ways of expressing gender. Okay. This one, I actually, if there's one, let me tell you something. If there is one thing in this article that I agree with, it is this last sentence. It's this last sentence right here. Instead, I simply believe that we should examine the traits within ourselves that we believe make us masculine and decide if they're worth keeping. I agree with that. Yes, I do agree with that. However, this article is saying that there is no non-toxic masculinity, as in, hey, there is no version of masculinity that is non-toxic. But that is, in my opinion, not true. And all this stuff here being described about guys being aggressive, not wanting to compromise, being lacked of love. I don't get that. I do disagree with that. The last sentence, I do agree with, making internal, keeping around. I do agree with that, but the whole thing about masculinity inherently being toxic, I absolutely do not agree with. I absolutely do not support that. No. But guys, that's my little take on that article there. So yeah. Oh yeah, my bad. Everything's gender fluid anyways. True. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's gender fluid at this point, so what's the point of mentioning that type of stuff? But yeah, Turn Article King says the author is spouting BS mostly. I feel like that. Yeah, masculinity is only aggressive if you enable or condone it. A feminine society will fuck itself if every man becomes feminine. There is no non-toxic masculinity. That is bullshit. I agree that it is bullshit too. I do agree. Oh no, what has happened to my picture? No. All right, I'm not sure my picture here is going to work or not, but I wanted to share with you guys that quick story. While I do have some people here, I wanted to go ahead and briefly go over that fiasco that happened with that girl that I used to like back in 8th grade and what exactly happened. So I'm gonna fill it in for those of you who don't know what was going on with that girl in 8th grade. But basically there was this girl, right? I used to have like crush on her the whole one. I just think I'm over it now. I'm over it. But basically, she did that little thing where she had two options. It was either me or with inner quotations, the bad boy, right? And she chose him. So I was like, all right, so be it. So be it. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get upset. I got nothing personal against her. I'm not that butthurt, right? I'm not that bad hurt. That's her decision. That's okay. That's okay. So she went after that guy. And look, I got nothing against this guy, but look, I swear, if you went to the dictionary, Urban Dictionary, and you typed in douchebag or fuckboy, that image would pop up. Look, I got nothing against him. Let me clarify. I have nothing against this guy at all. Nothing against him at all. I'm proud of him for being able to pull off something, because I sort of like the mention of his name like makes girls soil their pants just hearing, it makes them wet just hearing it. Like I don't know what it is, but he's got it. I guess I don't got it, or don't have enough of it, but he's got whatever it is. Right? Like nothing against the guy, but wow. All right. So anyways, fast forward a couple of weeks, months. I don't know how long it is that this thing happened, but yeah, I guess you could call it monkey branching, right? The thing is that we never even dated. I was trying to I was about to ask her out, but I was like trying to wait. I was trying to evaluate, like, should I ask her out? Should I not ask her out? I don't know. And then she started hanging out with him a lot more. So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not going there. I'm not messing with that type of stuff. Uh, but anyways, yeah. So that dude, basically, they like dropped out of the class or whatever it is, and now she isn't exactly with that guy anymore because like he dropped out or no, I remember he didn't do so well. He, of course, with him being that type of a guy, he doesn't give effort in like in all his other subjects or whatever you want to call it, math, science, English, all type of junk. He doesn't give effort into it, right? And as a result, he had to drop out of his class because the class that he was in with that girl that I used to like was an elective. All right, it was an elective class, so he had to drop out of it for like a reinforcement type of class. They call it like intensive, whatever. Like, say if you failed English, they would call it intensive reading because you have reading and then you have intensive reading. So you have the regular class and the reinforcement class. He had to drop out of the elective that she and he were in to reinforce that subject that he was not doing so well in. Right. The reason I know this is because I saw him. I saw him in one of those classrooms, right? So now it's quite interesting because I feel like he carried out a prophecy. You know what I mean? Like when I liked her or was getting over her, he was there, and that made me say, I'm not gonna do anything about it. And then the moment I legit got over her, he left. Like I'm like thinking, like, dude, are you like a prophet? Yeah, PGP, you're right. It is a rehab class. I'm like, dude, are you like a prophet or something? Because like the moment that I got over her, he left. And I'm like, oh, boom. That's okay. All right. So let me tell y'all something. I got nothing against that chick, no hard feelings, but girl, you had your chance and you done fucked up. Let me tell you something, guys. I was so close. You know that saying that every guy is a blowjob away from the plantation? That is ultimate value. Yeah, I feel like that dude saved me because had that guy not been there, I probably would have asked her out and I probably would be like sucking up to her every day, giving her, but I'll be wasting my resources on her. But nope. Yeah, just like Bojo. Okay, I'll call you Bojo. Yeah, I'll call you Bojo. Belgian. I'll call you Bojo. Yeah, no going back. I like Tyrannosaur King said that's my repo moment right there. Yeah, that is my repo moment. And by the way, to clarify, this happened the past couple of months while I've been doing MGTOW Academy. This was happening while I have been going my own way. Like, look, let's be honest. It's clear I'm not getting married, but I can't stop biology. I can't stop my brain from going cuckoo, or whatever it is over girls. I can't stop that. That's my brain. Tell it to the brain, not to me. Because I did not make that decision. My rational mind and my biological hormone crazy infested mind are two separate entities that are constantly fighting. It's like the Democrats and the Republicans. They're two different ideas, constantly fighting each other, never ending, total static, crazy type of stuff. Yeah, real messy. But yeah, dude, let me tell you something. In that, when I was getting over her, one of the key Boju. Okay, it's pronounced Boju. Thank you. But anyways, when I was getting over her, I was like, you know what? One of the best ways to get over a girl that I like, we weren't dating. It was I caught feelings for her type of situation. So while I was getting over her, I was like, you know what? I might as well work on myself, right? I might as well work on myself. So I did a couple of things, and it's working out pretty darn well. Let me tell y'all something. We have our report cards. We get that every 9 weeks. And then we get our interim report, which is like a halfway between the 9 weeks report every, I think, 4.5 weeks. So my interim report came back. And of course, I was focusing more on myself, preparing myself for my career. Of course, at this point, it means focusing on high school grades and all that stuff, right? Dude, ever since focusing more on that, focusing less on that chick, my grades skyrocketed. Skyrocketed. Now, like, I never got anything lower than a 91, but when I furiously, I legit studied a lot more, and I put in a lot more effort trying to take my mind off her. Let me tell you something, it worked. Okay, at one point, my grades were 118 in geometry and 113 in science honors from all that work, and that's not like you can't make that stuff up. Like, you can't make that stuff up. I never got grades as high as that. Before, but when I took my attention off of her and I focused more on like schoolwork and all type of junk, dude, My grades went up to 113 in science, honors, 118 in geometry. And actually, my grade is going down. Even if I get 100, my grade goes down because, the average averages out, right? It averages out. So I got like 100 on one of my geometry tests. I got 105 on another one, and my grade still went down. Right now it's 104. But dude, I'm just saying, y'all, like, that was like Charles Sorkin said, that's like a real red pill moment right there. It really is. That was amazing. That was really, we're developed, me and my friends, we're really getting I'm really on like the next level here. I'm on my grind, if you want to call it. I'm on my grind or whatever. I don't normally say that, but yeah, just to keep up with modern terminology, I'm on my grind right now. Right. Starting up that aviation club that I've been wanting to work on for a long, long time. We even got recognized by the principal at a school-wide assembly. She said, "Oh, there's these students talking to me about this aeronautics academy," and she praised us in front of the whole entire school. How amazing is that? The principal praised the club that me and my friends were working on in front of the whole entire school. That is something you just can't do. Like, you know what I mean? And while all this is happening, I'm reaching new levels right here. And then that girl, now she don't have her boyfriend. She's not able to hang out with that guy anymore. Look, the best revenge is no revenge. Like, I'm not gonna rub it in her face, but dude, I'm gonna rub it in her face. I'm just saying, it's like the best. It's one of the best things ever, right? Like, it's like, because I always knew that at some point it would not work out. It's more like the long term class that I have with her. It's an easy 100. It's about a video. It's a TV production class, right? And it's super I already do this stuff, the MGTOW Academy thing. So that class is a breeze. I'm already familiar with all that technical thinking with cameras and audio editing software, editing software, Adobe Audition. I'm already familiar with that type of stuff. So it's super easy. We finished our final project like last week, I think. It's super easy. We still have a couple more weeks left. So now I can do nothing in that class and I'll still pass. You know what I mean? And you know what? That girl that I used to like, she's in the exact same class with me. And you know what? You know what, guys? She could have been with me. I could have easily done the project for her. She could have done nothing. And that would be fine because I actually like the class, so I don't care. But she could have easily sat back and done nothing. And she would have done just fine. But nope. You had to date the douchebag. You had to let it drop out of the class. And you had to stay by yourself now. And you had to let me hang out with my friends and finish the final project because I'm already doing everything and you're not. Sorry, I was getting a bit too excited, but you get the point. She could have had it all. You could have had it. It was right there, but you missed the opportunity. I'm just saying, though, you missed the opportunity. You had that chance to have all that stuff done for you. I mean, you really had that chance. You really had it, but you done fucked up. You done fucked up. I'm just saying, dude, I could have given her a position in that aviation club that I'm starting. It's most likely I'll be the club president. She could have been something else. She could have had herself a high position if she wanted to be in it. She could have even had that opportunity, but nope. You had to. And now every day I'm walking by in the hallway, right? I've noticed that whenever I carry out longer streaks of no fap and semen retention, like I'm doing right now, I have a vibe, like a positive, happy, energetic vibe. I always carry it with me. Maybe you guys notice it now, maybe not. But dude, I'm so much more happy in the hallway. I there's this one guy and he makes my day. He's with the special needs group, but he's always happy. He says hi, and then whenever I walk by the water fountain where he usually is, he says, "Hi, good morning," and then he gives me a fist, I fist bump. It's just our thing. It's the daily routine. We fist bump each other every day. It's the best thing ever. And at that exact moment, she always walks around. She's usually walking with her friends, but she doesn't have that guy that she used to like because he's doing course remediation, and I'm not because mind you, I got a fucking 113, 118 in my classes, so I don't do that. Don't gotta worry about that, mind you. Because apparently he's better than I am, but that's all right. That's a preference. But dude, it's the best thing ever. So I'm over there happy as hell, not a care in the world, because I'm passing my class. I kid you not, my teacher, she put in a calculation in the third 9 weeks that if I did nothing for the 49 weeks, I would still pass the class with a 73.99 because I worked my ass off the whole entire year, unlike that guy, which had to drop out of an easy ass selective to remediate one of his courses. Like, I could have done nothing and I would still pass, right? Like, I don't care. I'm, like, I still work hard, but I'm still happy. I'm not like I don't focus too much on school. I just give him the effort necessary and I work at it. I enjoy life, right? But nope, she had to choose him. But that's fine. That's fine. That's her. So that, guys, that's my story. And of course, this story will continue to unfold. New things happen all the time. But yeah, never let the BJ happen. Imagine if the chick sneezed or stroked while doing the BJ. Yeah, you might be right. Oh yeah, Tyrannosaur King said my red pill moments were after that accusation I told you about. I heard that, yes. And then another was witnessing how girls behave firsthand, being bitchy, rude, entitled, and even their own worst enemy. Experienced. All right, true. I see what you mean, man. We all have our moments we all ought to teach moments. You're right, and I'm glad you learned from them. Tyrannosaur King. There are guys out there who will experience the exact same thing that. And you know what? They go back and do it right again. They make the exact same mistake again. So I give you credit, a lot of credit, in fact, for learning from your mistakes. That's an important thing in life. You got to learn from your mistakes, right? Experience. That's right. You got to experience it. I have more. Boju says, I have more money and time for me. I am MGTOW masculine. That's right. It's true. Yeah, like you do. You are what you invest your time and resources in, right? Something like that. I can't remember the saying. I'm not going to try to think of it right now because sometimes my mind goes blank, but you get the point, right? When you invest money, time, when you invest resources into yourself, you will become a great thing, right? If you invest lots of money into a car, that car is going to run pretty well. If you have like a business and you invest a lot of things into it, it's going to run pretty well. Same thing with yourself. If you invest even an extra 2 or 5 minutes every morning just to yourself, you will, because you're the thing you're being invested into, you will drastically improve. I promise you that. You will drastically improve. Not true. Dinosaur King, she fucked herself up, so no remorse for her otherwise. Yeah, true. No, like I said, no hard feel. I don't have anything against her. I'm not gonna go out of my way saying ha ha ha. Okay. Maybe I kind of do, because it does kind of like I'll be honest with you. The reason I say that is because I always had my doubts on it. Like, it was always like, oh, maybe she's the one. MGTOW Academy. Maybe she's the one. Maybe you're just overcomplicating it. Maybe she's the one. Maybe you could ask her out. But nope. Like, it's one of those things. Like, it's one of those sighs of relief type thing. Like, oh my god, I was actually right. Thank God. You know what I mean? That it's more of that type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, no remorse, no hard feelings, no nothing. Another Simster will come and get her. Yeah, that's true. Another Simster will come and get her. And I'm not trying to look, guys. PGP, gotta go. Hold a second. See you later, PGP. All right, goodbye, PGP. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Goodbye. Take care, buddy. But as I was saying, look, another thing with that girl, I am not in any way, shape, or form trying to be douchebaggy. But look, I come from a family of, let's just say, higher financial status. Let's put it that way. And the stuff that I have is a little bit nicer than average. All right, you catch my drift. Look, we're a little bit richer than some families are. I'm not trying to sound douchebaggy, but we kind of are. Like, how do I say it? We are. I'm very thankful for it. I'm not some spoiled rich. Well, I try not to be a spoiled rich kid, but I'm just saying that we do, right? And remember that girl that girl that I used to like, but now it's kind of the opposite because karma. Yeah, the one that we were just talking about. So every day, right? It's the most perfectly. So we all get out of different tests. We all have like different classes, and in the pickup area, I come out just before her, right? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. I just remember this memory that happened this past Thursday. It was this past Thursday. It's Saturday now. So this past Thursday. Well, let me go back to my calendar. Okay, this was May the 2nd. May the 2nd. So right now it's May the 4th. May the 2nd. This past Thursday is when it happened. So, like I said, that girl, right? She comes after right after I do. So I like kind of in front of her, like when we're walking to the car area to get picked up and all type of stuff. And then it's the best karma thing ever. I get in the car and I drive away. And it's not like, look, like I said, I'm not trying to brag, but we are obviously we don't come from like a lower, we're a little bit richer than your average folk would be, your average family would be, thanks to my dad who worked his ass off. It's like we do drugs. Like my dad actually worked for it, but I'm just saying, I get to drive off and look and just kind of smile. You know what I mean? Like driving off and smiling because that car is not that bad. You know what I mean? That Mercedes Benz, not a bad car. So now I get all that stuff, and on top of that, it's like the cherry on the icing. You know what I mean? It's like having a nice root beer float, and you got that cherry on top or whatever it is. It's like the cherry on top. You know what I mean? It's like all that stuff. And wait, one more thing. Boop, and you have that little last burn, that little reminder that you done fucked up. You could have been with me. You could have come over to my house. And of course, the house isn't that small. We actually have 4 extra bedrooms, no joke. But dude, you could have like camped in our house. Like we got a movie theater. You could we got a swimming pool. You could get like rides to and from school, even from a house in Mercedes Benz. But you missed it. You could have got it. You could have rode the back of this Mercedes Benz. My dad's we're considering getting another Mercedes around, I think, next August. That's what my dad was telling me. You could have got it. You could have got it, but nope. You had to miss it. You had to go with the guy who is dropping out of classes because he can't even focus correctly. The guy that's kind of like a douchebag. But hey, your call, not mine. I'm sorry. I'm done now. I got to move on. It's like I've already moved on, but it's just that the karma is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like it's the best. It's one of those, like I said, it's one of those things that's like, you know what? I knew I was right all along, and I'm happy that I was right. Like that. But like Tyrannosaur King said, some of my classmates are probably simpletons or dumb simps. One of them at least gets what I'm trying to say. That is also agreeing that if you get divorced, you're fucked. Yeah, you're true. That's true. If you're the guy, let's go. Yeah, just to clarify. If you're the guy, yeah, then you're fucked. If you're a girl, then yeah, I don't know something about that. But yeah, if you're a guy, you're screwed. You're screwed. Yeah, you're screwed. So pretty much 1 or 2 are red pilled, and by telling me, I've even red pilled someone that works in college with the fact that guys hit their prime at 30, and when women hit the wall at 30. Yeah, that's true. You're right with that. That's absolutely true. But yeah, I'm done with my little story here. But dude, I'm just saying for those of you who are listening to this live right now or listening to the what's called the archived version of this on YouTube or either on a podcast platform, because that's where this will end up after I'm done streaming. Let me tell you this with confidence. If you're in a situation where there's a girl and she's decided between you and a bad boy, you will ultimately have the last laugh. Yes, nice guys finish last. Finish last meaning we have the last laugh. We get the last laugh. Okay, I promise you this. Nice guys, yes, finish last, but we always have the last laugh. So if anyone out there is listening to this thing right now, if you care enough to listen to this, I promise you that if you're the nice guy, you will have the last laugh and you will win in the end. Just focus on yourself. Don't worry about her or whoever it is. You dedicate, don't be negative. Don't be hating on anyone, right? Negative energy is not good, but, don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. Build yourself up from the ground. And soon enough, you'll look back and you'll see that you're much more higher than those other people. You will see. You will see. It's not easy to combat biology. You know what I mean? I understand that we go our own way for various reasons, but at the same time, biology is a thing. You ever hear that saying that biology is a bitch? Well, let me tell you something, guys. Biology is a bitch because you know what? It is a bitch. It really is. It sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks having to deal with urges. You know what I mean? Like your rational mind says, hey, you shouldn't get married. You shouldn't do this because it's dangerous. But at the same time, your biology is like, well, hold on a second there. Actually, I think, you know what I mean? So that does suck, yes, but whatever, that's the way that it is. But we can talk a little bit more, but we can talk a little bit more later on. But I would like to go back to covering some articles if Google Chrome is willing to respond anytime. Where are you at? Come on, Google Chrome. There we go. Okay. So I'm trying to find some articles here we want to cover. We're going to cover some articles, then we can go ahead and go back, to talking a little bit more about the whole high school scenario. If you guys have any questions about what's it's like in a high school right now, from a MGTOW perspective, feel free to ask me. But oh yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. And then Tyrannosaur King said, and those nice guys have either moved on, going their own way, staying single and spending money on themselves, or probably dating younger women. That's true. And rendering while hitting women invisible. nice, nice at the end. Nice one at the end. Nice one at the end. TK or Tyrannosaur King. I don't know what to call you, but nice one at the end. That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. Oh yeah, and like I was gonna think of what I was gonna say, but now I remember. Yeah, I have noticed though that I'm getting like I could easily have more options. That whole abundant mentality, getting that idea like, hey, I have more options than you. That whole one-itis girl situation. That's really important. And I've noticed that ever since moving on from her and focusing more on myself, I'm becoming like a lot more noticeable, shall we say, to other girls who actually look a lot better. One day, I try to not look at her. I just try to avoid her. Period. Take my mind off her. But one day, I kind of accidentally looked at her. It's just one of those things that you just can't avoid. It was like legit an accident. I looked at her, and she looked totally different, dude. She looked like freaking it's like white but unnatural type of white. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when girls have makeup on and it's just like, it's like that. Like, it was like a little bit scary. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, when you look at that person, you're like, oh my God. Oh, wait, no, it's just you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. So, yeah, that is true. When you focus on yourself, you'll be able to focus on a whole lot more options. You're like, hey, I got more options than just you, right? It's like that. I am both genders, nice and a bad boy. That's like, yeah, that's true. You can't be a nice and a bad boy. I've done that too sometimes because, I do bad things too sometimes. I'm not trying to flex on anyone here, but I actually drive. Today I was driving. I drove 2 miles. I drove an extra 2 miles per hour over the speed limit. I know. I shouldn't even say this on YouTube, but yeah, dude, I drive 2 miles an hour over the speed limit. Just to say, I'm already a technical bad boy. Even going as far as saying it is what it is, whether you like it or not, makes it easier to say. That's true. Yep. A whole thing about maintaining your frame. Look, I like to look into certain I don't know what you would call it. Like there's like certain blogs I like to read about things like some of them is like holding frame, even though it's like for picking up chicks. I still apply it to my personal life, even though I'm not picking up girls. One of them is maintaining frame. That is key. So maintaining frame, that like maintaining your frame and persisting on reality, that's a very important thing. Oh, hold on a second. Jeff Ashton would like to come on to the show. Sure, absolutely. Jeff Ashton, I will post an invitation link in the live chat for you so you can come on. Just give me a second, my friend. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the feature for just a second, and I will let you come on. Make sure you have. Okay. I will send you that email, my friend. I got you covered, bro. So everybody here, we're gonna have Jeff Ashton come on to the hangouts on here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can send you an invite from. Oh, Bojo, you gotta go. Dang it, man. Well, I'm sorry, Boju. I'll remember next time. Boju. Boju, thank you for coming on. I'm glad you liked the live show. Look forward to seeing you around. So have a good night. Sleep well. Take care, buddy. All right. So let me go ahead and get my email sent out here to my good friend Ashton. Let me go ahead and type it in. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to say it out loud, but let's see. There we go. All right. Good night, Boju. Have a good night. All right. So let's go ahead and get this email sent out. All right. So let's see this. Let me check this out. Yep, that's it. Okay, so Ashton, Jeff, Jeff Ashton, I just sent you that invitation. You should get the invitation. Make sure that you're in an okayishly quiet environment, and that your microphone, it doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure like it can pick up sound good. That's all that I ask. And if you have any topics you want to discuss, any stories to discuss, have them ready. I want to talk for a couple more hours. I do not mind at all. Other than that, hope the 7 of you who are still watching this, thank you for staying with me here. Right now, the current time for me is 11:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Yeah, thank you guys for sticking with me right into Sunday. Just like 55 minutes left till Sunday comes up. Uh, if anyone has any like weekend plans or anything interesting happening they want to share with me, feel free to do so. And Ashton, I hope he has the thing available. If not, I might be able to post it. Let me see. Let me check with Ashton. All right, let's see. All right. All right. Hopefully, we'll be able to get Ashton on here. Just waiting for a bit. And okay, so while we wait for my good friend Ashton to come on, I'll see. Oh, okay, so Tyrannosaur King mentioned in the live chat, I was trying to rip on my sister at the best, but considering that she was younger, I told her that if she does get interested in marriage, do it in your prime years while she still has the time. That's true. Yeah. You know, that's a really good way to take a look at it. You know what I mean? You're not like you're not being mean or anything, but you're you're doing it in a nice but honest way, right? With honesty, you don't have to be mean per se, but it's always supposed to be nice. But guys, I'm gonna be back in just a bit. I know this may seem weird, but I've been on here longer. I've been drinking water a lot, so I kind of need to take a piss break. But I will be back. Give me say 30 seconds, Ashton. If you come on, if Ashton comes on and asks where I am, tell him that MGTOW Academy went to go take a piss because he's been holding it in for a while. So guys, I will be back in T minus. Give me a maximum 45-second window. I'll be back. Let's get this. Ugh. Whew. All right. I'm back. Hopefully, people haven't left the stream yet. I'm back, everyone. MGTOW Academy. I took a piss, but he's back. All right. That's more like it. Let me go ahead. I'm not sure if Ashton got the email yet, but I hope he did. Gonna go ahead and check this route real quick. Oh, okay. Let me see if the audio is working. Yeah, audio is working. Okay, good. Sorry, guys. I had to take a piss, drinking too much water, I guess. Let me go ahead and see what's going up here on Twitter. Let's see what's going on here on Twitter. Oh, yeah. And I was going to cover an article later on, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Uh, sure. I can. Here, I'll give you the link again. Sure. Okay, I'm talking with him right now. Sure, give me a sec. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get the link back on here. To my good friend. Where you at? Let's see. I know it's in a live chat. Okay, guys, we're working it out. We're working it out. Uh, I'm at Gmail. All right, guys. We're working it out. I just want to make sure that we can get everything properly created. All right, there we go. And Dinosaur King said in the live chat, God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, God created man, man destroys God, man creates dinosaurs, God creates woman, woman destroys man, woman destroys God, woman creates feminism, and feminism creates MGTOW. Beautiful story, my friend. Beautiful story. Beautiful story. Okay, but to fill you guys in, yes, we're working on the thing. I'm working on the thing with Jeff. It should work. Try to get everything set up. Let me try. Let's see. Did you? All right, Jeff, you should have it. I should be expecting to get Jeff on here any moment now. If not, I'm gonna post it in the live. I'm gonna be posting that link to join in the chat right now. No, Control C. I'm trying to get the link on there. So if anyone here is like watching this, I'm sorry for not entertaining you. I'm so sorry, but I kind of gotta try to get this link out here. I'm gonna try to post this thing in the description. I'm sorry, in the live chat. So that could work. Let me try this. Oh shit.
Nope, that's not what I
Nope.
wanted. Right? No.
Right?
Okay.
Nope.
Or is it? Oh,
That's,
okay.
okay.
This.
Okay. Nope. That's not gonna work. What should I do to keep my viewers and listeners entertained? Because I know this is boring. I'm sorry. Should I start singing a song? What type of band? What type of music do you guys like? I'm curious to know. What type of music does my audience like? I like Green Day personally. So if anyone wants me to sing a Green Day song, I can sing it for you. It's not gonna be good, but I can sing it for you. All right, let's try this right here. Let me try to get this thing sent out. Uh, and I can also post it in the live chat. So okay, fair enough. That should work. Uh, Ashton, do you have it? Ashton, no. Okay, I'll post it. I'll post it. I mean, that should work. I don't know why it's not working. You should be able to access it. Do you guys want me to sing a song? Do you guys want me to whichever works best? We'll see what works best. You know, I've always wanted to do like a gaming, not a game, but like a live stream that where I just like go on flight simulator and I just fly. But it's just like where I talk with big time stuff and I'll fly at the same time. That'd be so awesome. You know what I mean? Just like flying at the same time, chilling with my MGTOW bros. But I guess that's not gonna. So let me go ahead and paste this link. It should work in the live chat. Come on, go. Okay, yeah, my computer is a bit slow, so that should work. Ashton, give that link a shot, and see if that works. I mean, it should work. As long as it sends your account and everything. I don't know why you wouldn't have like it's not restricted to anyone. I don't know why it shouldn't work for you, but yeah, try that, Ashton. See what? I'm sorry, Jeff. Jeff, try that. See what works. Okay, let's see. You want to do it? Hello. All right, looks like Jeff's in the call, but can't hear anything. Jeff, make sure that your volume is turned up.
Oh, can you hear me?
Mike's muted. Jeff, could you say something to see if it works? I'm not sure if it's my headphones or not. Uh,
Hear me?
shout out.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
That'd be
Dang
nice.
it.
Actually, I'm not sure. Is it my microphone that's working? Okay, here, guys, I'm gonna do something really weird in just a second. I'm going to take out my microphone and see if that works. Let me see. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Can you guys hear me? What the heck is going on? Going on? What is going on? Just hear me now. For some reason, what the hell is going on here? Oh, da 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 da. Oh, fine. Fuck. Oh, like it's not restricted to anyone. I'll watch it. Yeah, try that action. Can you guys hear me? No, for some reason my audio. Like for the call, but make sure that you're volume. Yeah, my volume's up. I just don't know. Can you guys hear me? Second, I'm going to take out a microphone and see if that works. Let me see. 3, 2, 1. Anybody hear anything? I don't think so. Okay. I think anybody. Okay. Well, I heard myself. Okay, can anybody hear me? Oh crap! Hey. Yeah. Oh well, fuck. Yeah, something's wrong. Well, now I'm showing that my voice is coming through. Can you guys hear me? Hey, it looks like the problem I had before has gone away. How's that? I'll stay on. Well, fuck. That sucks. That fucking sucks. On this bitch. Okay, so I'm showing my voice coming through now. You guys should be able to hear me. I'm in the call. I got little green lights flashing. So, oh, cool. King can hear me. Showing green lights. Okay, so I'm trying here, guys. Maybe. So I don't think it's on my end anymore, because I'm looking at these little green lights as I talk, and it's showing that I'm in the call. Do I possibly have somebody else muted? Something? Let me check. Oh, I don't think so. I don't know why it would automatically do that. Okay. Any change now? Okay, is there any change now? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So you say something. Is it working?
Awesome. So we got it to work.
Okay, what
Yes,
happened?
it is working.
Was it on my end or? It might have been
I
on.
believe it was on your end, yes, because I was hearing all these weird sounds, and yeah.
I might have had it for some reason when I joined your call. I may have muted you. I mean, I didn't do it. It was just like
Mhm.
as I joined, it just automatically muted you for
Right.
some reason, and I just started clicking random stuff, and that fixed it. So yeah. So
Okay,
what
whatever. Got
what
to
is
work.
what is MGTOW Academy? Are you a MGTOW? Are you what's your philosophy in this whole manosphere thing? Like what? I mean,
For me, I'm more of like a MGTOW type of guy. I do care about like men's rights. I'm not a men's rights activist, but I do care about those types of issues. I care. I do care about informing other guys about issues that they face. But like, I'm more of a MGTOW guy. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain things I kind of lean on, but mostly I'm pretty much just a MGTOW type of guy doing my own thing. So that's what my situation is.
how how old are you?
Right now, I'm 15.
You're not 15. You're not
A
15.
lot of people say that, but yeah, I am. Like if I were okay, let me tell you this: if I were say 23, why would I lie to you and tell you that I'm 15? Like that would make sense, right?
I don't.
Hey,
Are you really 15? I mean, I certainly entertain that as
yes,
possible.
I
Oh, so
mean, yes, it is. I know you think I'm lying, but yeah, I am 15. My voice doesn't sound like it. Some people say like I showed it to one of my cousins. He's like a bit younger than me. I showed him my podcast, and then he's like, "That's not you. That's a 23-year-old white guy. That's a 23-year-old white guy." And I'm like, all right." But yeah, I am 15. Like
so
I can't fabricate my birth date.
okay. So have you had any experience dating or talking to girls in middle school, high school?
Yeah, I've had a little bit of experience with dating. I'd say the only reason that I really chose the whole MGTOW path, it's just more of like a rational observation of the current state in dynamics in marriage, the dynamics considering the dating world and marriage, the legal and financial obligation that is placed on guys. I've never had any negative situations that's turned me bitter or anything. It's just like saying, hey, things don't work out in a guy's favor. If something goes wrong, the chances of something going wrong it's ever increasingly going high, right? And there are
Yeah,
various other
definitely.
circumstances that guys face that just aren't fair. And I feel like the whole marriage situation wouldn't work out for me personally. So that's like the whole reason that I came to Minto. My parents, they were never divorced. They're still together. They're happy together, and, especially coming from like an Asian background. The whole family unit thing is a bit more tighter than usual. So I've never
Yeah.
had any like bad experiences. I've never been hurt. It's just like a rational observation of things and making that type of decision. And who knows, maybe in the future I may be wrong. Maybe the whole MGTOW thing is wrong. I don't know. But right now I'm sticking to the whole MGTOW path. So that's kind of how I got here.
Okay. So you just so you're pretty much you're not gonna like date or I don't know go to parties and like try to hook up with
Uh,
girls or
no, dating and parties. I'll go to parties, of course. I still do. I'm pretty sure I like parties. Dating, I'll do that when the time comes. So, if you would argue otherwise, feel free to do so because I'm open to all sorts of thoughts on this whole thing. But right now, I feel like that I shouldn't date in high school because one, I'm already at a natural disadvantage. So we all know that girls they hit puberty, they mature faster than boys do. That's why in
yeah,
like
definitely.
grade school and elementary school, right, girls they're more quieter, they're more calmer, they hit puberty earlier, and boys they're a little bit later, right? So around now is when girls are starting to hit their peak. Guys, they hit their peak like when they're saying their mid 20s. That is when I plan on dipping my toes into the world of dating. But now, not so much. Because here's the thing. Now is the time, like the way I look at it is that now is the time that I need to work on myself mentally, physically, in a lot of other ways, career wise. I need to work on myself. I need to take this opportunity in high school to spring past my peers to get to where I want to be. Okay, dating, it's always going to exist. Sure, it might be more difficult later on, but it's still going to exist. But now, you like, let's be honest, you really can't get this time back. Like this time is just a time that you can't like revisit with a time travel machine, right? Like you can't just go back and say, okay, now I want to focus on my career. Now is the time, like in my opinion, to focus on my career. Dating, yes, All right, cool. That's all right. But I'm not so focused on that. You know what I mean? Like I feel that the whole career education type of stuff is more. It's like going to be a lot more. It's going to matter more to me in life than dating is. You know what I mean? Like my grades are going to be more important than having a girlfriend, if that makes sense. So there's a whole bunch of stuff out there, and then the high school dynamics too. You know what I mean? I'm a freshman. How am I going to compete against all these upper uh, classmen, right? That the freshman girls are apparently attracted to. I kid you not.
Right.
But let's be realistic here. The high school dynamics, the age dynamic with girls approaching their peak faster than guys are. And just the whole aspect of wanting to focus on my career. That's kind of the reason that I'm not wanting to worry about dating right now. Like I said, I'm not sure if you were here earlier in the live show,
No,
but
I
I was
wasn't.
talking about this girl I had a crush on or one itis on. So like I still like girls, but I'm not focused on dating. Is the whole idea with what I'm doing. So like I'll dip my toes into the world of dating, but not now. I feel like now I need to focus more on myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's smart. Whenever I was in middle school and probably like ninth grade, I had really good experiences with girls.
Mm-hmm.
They were, I feel like in middle school was the best, and then ninth grade they were still somewhat human. But then 10th it got a little worse. They
Mm-hmm.
started to, I think they got a little more power in like 10th, and then 11th and 12th was just awful. And when I was around 18, it's like they just had all the like dating power, and I was pretty much invisible by that point. But age 15 was really a good year for me, as far as women accepting me and being willing to date me. And it pretty much has just gotten worse throughout life. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little concerned that you're not dating right now because I feel like the girls at your age aren't they're not yet fully brainwashed. Um, and this might be an opportunity
Yeah,
to
okay.
to meet the most innocent, best type of woman you'll ever meet in your life because I can tell you by the time they hit their 30s, they're just
Mm-hmm.
sperm toilets riding the cock carousel, and if you're
Oh
not
yeah.
in the top 20%, then which I mean, I guess
Correct.
you're working on getting to that point, which is good. But yeah, if you're not in the top 20%
Mm-hmm.
by age 30, women are, and even if they did like you at that age, they're just such pieces of shit by that age. They, they fuck 30 chads. They've been completely brainwashed through the whole college system and the whole feminism stuff. I think you might be
Correct.
missing out on
Right.
the
I
only
understand.
decent opportunity you have in your life to date. I'm thinking you should start dating, Pimp.
I do see your point, and you're not the first person to say that. Lots of other guys have actually mentioned that, and you are right. If I do nothing, I am missing out. But
Well, I
I
guess the
there
only
are
point
many girls
I'm
that have
making
had
is
my
that they
eyes set
get
on me.
worse. They get less sincere the older they get. That's
Yeah,
that's
true.
the only point I'm making.
True. I see your point though. Yeah, and that is absolutely true. And the thing is that like I said, it's not like there's like an off switch where I can just turn off my biology side. My dick's like, oh, all right, I got you. You're MGTOW. I'll leave you alone. It's not like I could do that. I wish I could, but I can't do that. Right? Like I'm still attracted to girls. I still got the hormone rage, all that type of junk going on. And yeah, I would like to get out and meet some girls. And yes, you are right. It will get crazier as time goes by, age wise and everything else. But with the girls that I have looked at, it all every single time it never really worked out. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's like it's my problem, or maybe it's just that times have changed. I'm not entirely sure. I need to get more insight on that, to be honest with you. But like a lot of like I'm asking a lot of the guys around me. They seem to, even though they're not make up, they seem to have a very similar aspect. There was this one guy I know. I was talking to him one day. We were at this party. We were just talking, and I was like, "So you're gonna date in high school or not?" It's like, actually, I'm gonna keep out of dating in high school because like it's just not worth my energy. You know what I mean? And then some other guys, they share that similar aspect. I guess a friend that I have that he's a football player, and he's the same thing as me. He and I, we both want to date, we both want to get our like we want to experience it. But like we always talk about girls all the time, of course. Like what else are we gonna talk about? Right? We're in high school. But there was this one time, right? He was gonna hook up with this one girl. He was gonna just hook up with her, go out, date her. I don't know what it was, but he was talking to me about it. We kept like updating each other with inner quotations about what's going on,
Mhm.
and like we were just talking about it. And then one day I'm like, hey, what's going on with that girl because like she actually sat across the table from where we were sitting, so we had to be quiet with. We had to use code words. We had to just keep it down, keep it on the low, if you know what I mean. But I was like, hey, what's gonna go on with that girl? Like, you gonna do something about it or not? Like, the end of the year's approaching. What you gonna do about it? And it's like, nah, like I think I'm not gonna do anything about it. You know what I mean? And I was like asking him why, and it's the same reasoning that me and a couple other guys have come to. That like at first it may seem like it's a good option to go over, a good a good person to hang out with, but the more and more that you seem to know them, they're not who you exactly think that they are. Say that happened with me. That happened with him. And actually, she's like she's been hooked up with like a lot of guys, so he did a good job dodging that bullet. And then that girl that I liked, I thought she was really a good person until I found out basically more about her through experiences and all type of stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's probably not worth it. So are there good ones out there? Yeah, without sure, but just haven't come across them yet. And there's another one I have my sights on, but I don't know. The thing is that so far I haven't really come across you know people that I would like care to date if I would just be straight honest with you guys. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm just the only one who's doing this or who's saying that, right? Different guys, they're doing the exact same thing. Like we all want to date. Who doesn't? Right? I mean, some guys do, but who doesn't want to date in high school when the time's right? But it just
Yeah.
feels like once you know a person more, you're like, what? Actually, I feel like it'd be better to keep to myself. And the only thing that I'm missing out on is just a broken heart. Because let's be honest, like once you invest emotionally in a person, it can take a long, long time. It took me a year to get completely over that chick that I caught feelings for. It took me a year to get over her. Right? Like I'm not like crying myself to sleep every single night, but like you get the point. It's still not. It's still something that's in the back of your mind. Like and really in high school, dating is always like sneaking into their house and hanging out and making out and smashing each other until the sun comes up. That'd be nice, but that's not really what it is. For dating, you could consider that to be hanging out with them and walking with them in the hallway. That's apparently what dating is to some guys. So, I mean, like
Yeah.
even if I were to date, the question that I'm asking myself is, if I were to date, what would I do? Like, do what? Hold hands with them in the hallway? Okay, and what else is gonna happen? Like, look, I'm not asking to have sex with them. I understand they're human. I understand they're not objects. I want to have human connection, but at the same time, like, what can we do?
Well, I mean, what I did. I mean, I'm an old man, but what what I did was I talked to them on the phone and hold their hands and give each other notes and talk to each other and spend time together. Um, which I don't know. I liked it at the time. It's kind of different now
I
when you're
would like
older.
that too. Right.
Now, when you get
Right.
my age, they just want you to spend a bunch of fucking money on them and take them out places and
I,
drain the bank. But at that time
I
in
hear
high
you.
school, they were, yeah, you could just hold hands. You could go to lunch together. You could go to a party together or something. I mean, although young people are fucked up,
Right.
but they steal each other's boyfriends and girlfriends. Older people don't really do that nearly as much. So there is
True. True.
immorality to being young, but there's definitely, I don't know. I mean, that's what I would do. But like the whole
True. True.
MGTOW thing, a lot of people like they think MGTOW is a good idea because women are so evil now, and it's kind of like MGTOW's like the last option to where. But the problem with it is that enough men have to do it in order for women to correct their fucked up behavior. And it's like we need a lot of men to go MGTOW
Hmm.
to sort of fix things to get these women back on board and acting right. But it doesn't sound like you've gone MGTOW to try to change the society. You're just kind of just just working on yourself. Is that right? It seems like you're
Oh,
not trying to like change the society. You're just working on improving yourself, and women would be a distraction, right?
Yeah. Yes, you're correct. We're not focused. MGTOW, right. MGTOW, we're not focused on changing society. Changing society, that's more like a men's rights activist type of thing. From how I look at it, I'd say that, to be honest with you, I want to say this in the nicest way possible, but we're kind of screwed. I personally feel like it's good to
Oh,
spread
I
awareness
agree.
and all type of stuff. I believe in spreading awareness and all type of stuff, but I feel like we really can't change our situation with the direction that we're heading in. Maybe you might disagree with me, others might disagree with me. That's okay. But I feel as if that with the analysis and the research that I've conducted, I feel that we can't exactly change our ways. Like we're already, set to go in a certain direction, and the direction that men's rights activists want to steer it in is quite literally just not something we can really achieve unless like we hit the reset button, like society collapses and we begin all over again. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
so yeah,
I
make
don't
that
think
we
the
don't
men's
focus
rights are going to
on
be
trying to
able
change
to
society.
accomplish anything like through the courts or through it. Like, I don't think they're going to
Mm-hmm.
be able to like fix anything. But I do think if enough men went MGTOW and just walked away from women, I think the women would change their behavior. Although I don't believe enough men will go
Right.
MGTOW in order for that for that to actually happen. I just don't think there's going to be enough MGTOW to
Yep.
where it's going to affect women's behavior. Unfortunately, yes, I think you're right. I think maybe 20, 30 years we're
Mm-hmm.
just going to have a reset here. But I mean, it seems like it's getting worse and worse all the time, so it could happen earlier. But yeah, I don't see men and
Mm-hmm.
women.
Yeah.
Oh, what about kids? You want to have kids one day? Do you see yourself having a family? Is that in the cards, or is that sort of off the table, or just haven't thought about it? What's the deal with kids? What do you think about having kids? You still there? You still there? Oh, I think I lost you.
That I want to be a husband, but due to the
Yeah, your mic's cutting in and out. Can't hear you.
mine seems fine. I'm not sure if yours is choppy or not.
Okay,
How do you hear me? Is it like choppy?
I can hear you again. It's just you. You just cut out for like 10 seconds. That's all. Can you still hear me?
Oh, okay. Sometimes yeah, I can hear you. Sometimes that just happens. That's not like internet. That's just how Google Hangout works. Sometimes that's just like nothing. It just happens. But yeah. Like I said, wanting and actually doing having kids, of course, you would most likely need to have a wife. And even if I were to be a single dad raising kids, that would be a lot from my career choice is not going to align with having a family. You know what I mean? Like, well, being a single parent, my career choice does not align with being a single parent. So for that reason alone, I do not choose to have kids. I would love to have kids. I love to be able to raise, a son or a daughter and see them blossom into an amazing person. I would love to have, I'd love to be able to take part in that, but it's very risky if I were to get married and to have a family, which is one of the options I could take, or if I don't want to do that, which I don't want to, I could adopt, and I actually would support that over having your own kids because I'm adopted myself. My family adopted me, so of course I'm all for adoption. But even so, my career choice does not exactly align with having children.
What
So
what
maybe
what
call it selfish if you want, but I view it. I'm sorry.
what type of career are you trying to get into?
I plan on being a commercial pilot, and most of the time, we either be the airlines, corporate flying, meaning private jets, flying like that. A lot of the times, it's going to mean that you're going to be away from home a lot. And if I were to be a single parent, right, raising kids, and I'm away on a 5 day trip all over the country or even all over the world, if my seniority is that high, I can't be there for my kids. right? And I could, yes, I could very easily, I could very easily find a job. There are jobs out there for pilots that allow you to come home every single night, but I don't. That's not like what my dream job is, if that makes sense. My dream job is more like a traveling type of thing. I may change that in the future, but as for right now, the type of professional flying that I'm focusing on has me traveling a lot, which would kind of render me unable to be able to effectively and efficiently raise children. So
Yeah, well, that's awesome. That sounds like a good goal to have and to
thank you. I
accomplish.
appreciate that.
That's gonna that should be
Thank
good.
you.
That should definitely be good.
Thank
You're
you. I
not gonna
appreciate
have
that. Thank
a
you.
woman dragging you down. So yeah,
True.
that'll be good. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Thank
Well,
you. I appreciate that.
well, thanks so much for having me on, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm about to watch this Canelo Alvarez versus Danny Jacobs boxing match.
Hmm.
That's about to
Okay,
begin.
I see.
But hopefully, I can come on and talk to you guys again at some point in the future. I'm gonna subscribe.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, Jeff, I would love to. I love you. I would love to.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate that,
I'm gonna
Jeff.
subscribe.
It's been a pleasure having you on. And okay,
Yeah, I'm
thank
gonna
you, Jeff. I
subscribe to
appreciate
your
that. Jeff,
channel,
I do
Zero.
have your email address, so I can always, I can always reach out to you. If you ever want to come back on, you have my email address. You know my channel. You can always drop a comment. You can always email me, reach out to me on Twitter. And dude, I love to have you on. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I hope you enjoy the boxing match. By the way, I hope you enjoy it.
All right, man. I'm gonna subscribe here in just a moment, and I'll be keeping in touch. Talk to you later.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. This, this word.
All right. Indian translation.
There we go. All right. And I guess it looks like Jeff has left our chat here. All right, guys. So looks like that was Jeff. So Jeff Ashton, that was Jeff Ashton for you guys. Jeff, thank you for coming on to the show. Definitely appreciated it. Look forward to having Jeff back again. I'm not sure if anyone else is still watching it right now because we've been rambling on for a decent amount of time. Let's see if anyone is still watching. I'm not sure. That'd be 4 people still watching. All right. So for the 4 of you, I guess Tyrannosaur King is still watching, maybe some other folks, but yeah, guys, it's been a really, really amazing. How long have we been live? We've been live for about 3 hours. About 3 hours. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. So let's have got 3 hours. All right, so let's have that's good. So everyone, I guess that's going to conclude tonight's live show for the MGTOW Academy Show Live. Got lots of new things coming up for the MGTOW Academy YouTube channel. One second. So I can have a good night. All right. Goodbye, Tyrannosaur King. Thank you for stopping by as always. Hold on a second. There we go. And by the way, got you a moderator hammer, so that way you can always use that hammer if you need to in the future. I'm sorry, it's moderator wrench. My bad. I'm stupid. Get my tools mixed up. But guys, it's been a very, very wonderful, wonderful stream, live show. So thank you for coming out. For the MGTOW Academy YouTube channel, I do have a new series. It's like a quick, like 1,000 subscriber special thing I'm doing. Really, it's mostly for people in the podcast community, but it's for you guys as well. It's a little bit of a thank you gift, giving you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes look, if you want to call it that, for MGTOW Academy, the MGTOW Academy show on the channel, how I do that type of stuff. Because I do produce everything mobily except for live shows, right? And that'll be coming out. I have season 2 episode. Is it episode 10? I think it's episode 10 of the MGTOW Academy show coming out. And then what else do I have? I got MGTOW Stories episode 11 coming out. It's an email I got from a viewer or a listener, and got that coming out. I'm not sure when. There's no release date for that stuff's coming out, but I got an idea. Maybe give it maybe a month or 2 tops, and then I have that big trip overseas that I'll be doing. So I'll be gone from everything for basically a month. So I'll be going back to Bangladesh for a month. So there's that. But guys, that's about it. We'll talk about that stuff in the future. If you guys want to keep up with me when I'm not on YouTube doing whatever I'm doing, you can reach out to me via email. My email address is MGTOWacademy.media@gmail.com. Is capitalized. Don't forget that. And guys, looks like that's going to be it. So remember to smile, meditate, and all type of good stuff. Look after yourself. But guys, until next time, remember that it's a very dangerous world out there, as I proved in tonight's live show. So keep taking your daily doses of red pills and stay safe. Everybody, this is MGTOW Academy signing off.